You've been told that studying harder means reading it again, highlighting more, watching one more lecture. And if you're still forgetting everything 2 hours later, the story you've been sold is that you're not smart enough, not disciplined enough, or your brain is just bad at this. That story is wrong. Your brain isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed, and that design is the reason you keep forgetting. I went through the actual cognitive science on memory, retrieval practice, spaced repetition, encoding, sleep consolidation, the research that explains why some students remember everything under pressure while others blank out after weeks of studying. In this video, I'm breaking down 6 things your brain is actually doing when you try to memorize something and the exact protocol to work with that system instead of against it, so information actually sticks. Most people fail at memorization before they even open the book because of one basic misunderstanding about what memory even is. We treat studying like saving a file. Read it and it's stored. Read it again and it's stored harder. Feels logical. Feels productive. Memory doesn't work like storage. It works like reconstruction. Your brain strengthens a memory when it retrieves it, not when it receives it. This is active recall, and it's one of the most tested findings in cognitive science. Rereading feels like progress because the material feels familiar. Familiarity is not memory, it's recognition. And recognition disappears the second the pressure of an exam removes the notes from in front of you. Stop rereading. Use the blurting method instead. Study a topic for 20-30 minutes. Close everything. Take a blank sheet of paper and write down everything you remember. Messy, incomplete, doesn't matter. Then open your notes and mark what you missed. That gap between what you wrote and what you missed is where the real learning happens. Repeat it until the gap shrinks. Once you fix how you study, you'll run into a second problem, one that explains why you can remember song lyrics from a decade ago but not what you read yesterday. We assume information is information, that a fact is a fact, and if you repeat it enough, it sticks. Random, isolated facts die fast. Connected information survives. Your brain is emotional and associative, not a robotic filing system, and it prioritizes anything wired into a pattern, a story, or a relationship over anything sitting there alone. That's why ATP is the energy currency of the cell, evaporates, but ATP is the cell's battery pack, doesn't. Stop asking, how do I repeat this more? Start asking, how do I connect this better? Turn every raw fact into an analogy, an image, or a mini story before you move on. The weirder or more vivid the connection, the more hooks your brain has to pull it back later. Even with retrieval and connection working in your favor, there's a clock running against you that most students don't know exists. The assumption is that once you've learned something, it's learned, done, filed, safe. Without review, memory drops off a cliff within the first 24 hours. This is why I studied so much but forgot it all during the exam is such a common complaint. The brain labels anything that isn't revisited as temporary and discards it. Cramming feels productive in the moment because it produces short-term familiarity, but short-term familiarity was never the goal. Use spaced repetition. Review information right before you're about to forget it. Not too early, not too late. A simple schedule. Learn on day 1, review on day 2. Review again on day 4, day 7, and day 14. Each review gets shorter, but the memory gets stronger every time. Here's the variable almost nobody accounts for. The state you're in while you study matters as much as what you're studying. Most people treat emotion as irrelevant to learning, something separate from real studying, or even a distraction from it. Your brain prioritizes emotional information. That's why an embarrassing moment from years ago is still vivid, while yesterday's lecture is gone. Emotion is a signal that tells the brain this matters. And a bored, half-awake brain rarely encodes anything deeply, regardless of how many hours you put in. Manufacture intensity on purpose. Teach the concept out loud like you're on a stage. Attach a real deadline or urgency timer to a study block. Visualize using the information in a real situation. Before you sit down, don't just ask what you're going to learn, ask how you're going to make your brain care about it. There's a fifth factor that has nothing to do with what or how you study. It's where and how switched on you are while you do it. The common belief is that studying with your phone nearby or half focused between tabs is basically the same as focused studying, just slightly less efficient. It isn't. Memory attaches itself to context. If you always study distracted, your brain learns distraction as the default. Interruptions every few minutes mean your brain never enters deep encoding mode, and shallow attention only ever produces shallow memory. This is also why switching subjects with structure, called interleaving, actually outperforms marathon single-subject sessions. 45 minutes of math, 45 of biology, 45 of chemistry, forces your brain to keep re-engaging, which strengthens recall even though it feels slower in the moment. Protect the first 25 minutes of any study session like it's non-negotiable. No notifications, no multitasking, no quick checks. Then structure your sessions in blocks across subjects instead of one long grind through a single topic. There's one last stage of this process that happens after you've already closed the book, and it's the stage most students skip entirely. All-night study sessions get treated as dedication, proof you're doing everything you can before the exam. You don't fully memorize while studying. Your brain finalizes memory during sleep, especially deep sleep, replaying and transferring information into long-term storage. Pulling an all-nighter sacrifices the exact process that would have locked in everything you just learned. Study the hardest material a few hours before bed, then actually sleep. Your brain keeps working on the material after you've stopped. That part isn't optional, and it isn't replaceable with more caffeine. Your brain isn't bad at memorizing. It's overloaded with passive input, information it was never forced to retrieve, connect, or reinforce. Stop measuring your studying by hours logged or pages highlighted. Measure it by what survives 3 days later without the notes in front of you. Because real memory isn't recognition, it's reconstruction. And once you start training it that way, it stops feeling like effort and starts feeling unfair in your favor. If you're serious about becoming the best version of yourself, subscribe to Grit Workshop. Every week, we break down the psychology, habits, and systems that help ordinary people build extraordinary lives. And if you want to keep the momentum going, watch this next video, because it might completely change the way you see what smart actually means.